Join the meeting together at 5:37. And we do not have to have any alternates appointed because we are good to go here. Victor, welcome to our first official meeting. Nice that you've joined us. The minutes, approval of the minutes for last meeting, which were so fabulous. Derek, how did you like them?
I like them and I'll approve them.
Okay, I'll second that. I apologize where I am on my internet here gives me a few seconds of delay. So, you know, it looks like a really badly taped movie, but we'll go with it. So the first application is 4A, patient, wait a second. Hey, Joanne, you made it.
Hi, yes, I'm here. I made it home.
Good, welcome, great. I thought you were gonna have to pull over in some, you know, horrible suburb or something, so good.
Yeah.
We're just starting the application for 4A is 05, it's Kent 88, the LLC. It's the addition of a new porch and the porch co-share in the existing structure, a new driveway and associated landscaping. Tassos, do you want
Yes.
to speak on that or? Okay,
Of course, of course.
Welcome.
Thank you, thank you. I could share, if I could share my screen, let me just open up the the landscaping plan. Okay. Share, here we go. Do you see the plan?
Yes.
Okay, great. We had presented the revisions we're doing to this building previously, but that was before we had the authorization from the DOT to cut another entry to the property, which is right here where I'm moving my cursor. And we received that, and this allows us to have a different parking layout and to include a handicap space, which is right here, and to have a one-way circulation around this parking area that includes a porte cochere to protect people from the elements, and also that ties into handicapped access. And the porch will be elevated to line up with the first floor, again, so that we can have handicapped access at least on the first floor of this building. So that's the real purpose behind it. And of course, we have landscaping throughout. We've created a patio on the left here, where my cursor is. And here you have the original elevation, and I can share with you a rendering that I did that shows the front elevation with this proposed porte cochere. Let me just get that for you. Okay, Firefly. And then I will share that. There we go. Okay. Let me stop sharing this one, and I will share this one. So that is really just a rendering of what we're proposing to do. There's a small porch currently there in the center of the structure, and our proposal is to have a longer, more of a farmhouse type porch that'll connect flush over to the porte cochere, which again connects with the handicap path over to the parking. So that's really the description of what we're proposing to do. So if you have any questions, we will address them.
So I'm I see stone, is that stone wall existing and it's gonna go away? Or I can't
No.
quite tell what that's about.
Yes, are you talking about the stone that I show in front of the building?
Yes,
Yeah, I'm not honestly architectural, I'm not quite sure that we're gonna have this stone. The reason for it was that when we elevate the porch, where the stone floor is going to be up against the siding, the low part of the siding of the building. And we needed to isolate the stone and be able to flash it against the building so we don't create leaks and issues at the bottom of the frame. That's why I put this stone veneer there. But I think, you know, architecturally, we're kind of going back and forth. Not everyone on the team likes this look. And I have some members of the team that would prefer the siding to go down to the porch. So perhaps you can guide us along here as well.
well, I mean, I would probably like it without the stone. The stone looks almost like an afterthought
Mhm.
rather than an integral part of the design.
I understand. You're basically voicing some of our doubts within the group here. So we'll be happy to eliminate that lower part of the stone. What I would do then is, as the porch comes to the building, I'll have to create a detail with flashing to prevent
Right.
any water issues.
I mean, isn't it already slanting away from the front of the building by whatever is required to keep the water flowing?
Yes, it will have a slight slope, that whatever's allowable by ADA, but also I just worry about wind-driven rain and snow
Right.
piling up against there. So
Right.
we'll create a detail. I'm not that concerned. I've done that plenty of times, so
I mean,
Well, other people might not agree with me, so.
well,
no,
okay.
I think the detail's appropriate. I just think it maybe needs to be brick or something that's more true to this design. I mean, that's what you normally see in a colonial home is brick and
Right.
so the stone might just be a little departure from that.
Maybe that's it. It just doesn't quite feel right.
I understand, and I think as I look at it, I'm beginning to kind of lean toward just having the siding naturally go to the surface of this porch, and it's just simpler, perhaps cleaner, rather than introduce another material here.
I'd agree with that, and I think that because from the side as you approach it, because it would be very obvious that it's a veneer, and not a
Right,
structural
right.
foundation.
You're right here,
Yeah.
right here, and right
Right.
there. Yes.
And I think maybe, I mean, if, and the water infiltration concern is because you're raising the porch up to meet the finished floor height.
That's correct. So
Yeah.
the base of the wall will be basically under the surface of the porch. So,
Yeah,
that's just a
it could be
flash.
dealt with, yeah.
Yeah, I only worry about it in the very corners because they will be exposed. The middle part of this porch is going to be undercover, but we'll deal with that locally.
I would also say, I agree with not having the stone. I mean, even without brick, I would prefer to see it an open porch, which seems much more typical of the architectural style. But then also where the porte cochere is, take out the stone on those columns as well.
Yeah. Yes, once the stone is removed from the building, then the stone for the columns is also
Yeah.
obviated, and the post will come just cleanly down to the porch. have
Yeah.
Perhaps a base detail all around, but that's it.
I think the full width porch looks great, though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other thoughts or questions on this particular one? I agree with what everyone else has been saying as well with the stone. The way it's coming in the parking lot looks great, and the idea of one way looks great.
Thank you.
So are there any other, no? we can make a motion to accept with, Peter, would you word that the best way in keeping with the suggestions to make a motion?
Yeah, sure. Just motion to accept with the removal of the stone veneer at the columns and on the front facade.
Great.
I'll second.
I'll second that. Oh, there we go. Everybody in favor?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
Okay, we're good.
Terrific. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Looks good.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Bye. John, I commend your being so quiet for that one because this is exactly the same issue as we had at the gas station, and you did not say a thing. Very good.
I'm not on the
That's
board
good.
anymore.
I know, but I know, I'm still know you bet your time. I know. So our second application is for John. It's the modification for David and Dorothy Ewer's home that came up last time. And I think, John, you went back to the drawings with some of these suggestions that we offered. So go.
Well, can you bring up my drawing?
Me?
I don't know how to do it.
We're
Somebody did
talking
it
to-
last time.
Yeah, I can bring them up, I think.
Thank you, Peter.
Unless Joanne, are you already there? Or-
yeah, let me see. No, I was before.
Okay.
Go ahead if you have it.
doesn't look like it's
Thank you,
attached.
Donna.
Well, actually, let's go through that. That was the sort of covering
Okay.
memo or letter. And why don't I just read it? It's not that long.
Sure.
Part A, with the ARB approved the Ewer application, the earlier one, in two parts. Part A was a 7.4 by 12'4" two-story extension, enlarging the dining room on the ground floor and the master bedroom above. And that was approved without any extensive discussion. And part B was to enclose the eastern portion. In fact, why don't you go to drawing A now, or drawing 1, and I'll keep reading. And can you turn that? Yes, that's better. On the left is what was approved last time. This is the plan that was approved. The Ewers subsequently wanted to add a small heated vestibule under the existing porch on the south portion of the covered area while still retaining the character of the porch. And so you can see on the right then what's proposed is a 6x6 vestibule, mostly glass actually, and then change the living room window from a picture window with 2 flankers to a triple double hung window, which I think, and then add a typical standard one of the double hung windows on the north wall. That's noted there as 3. And so the next drawing should go to 4, or I'm sorry, drawing number 2. And drawing number 2 was bear with me. This is a copy of what was approved, the ARB submission part B, drawing 3 of 3, subject to the addition of pilasters. And just looking at this, the left doesn't change much, but you see on the right, it looked like a chicken coop to me. I think, and you'll see in the next drawing that the windows have changed. So let's go to the next. That would be drawing 3. And that was answering the question of the pilasters. But I think the next slide you'll see is even greatly improved this and retains the character of the porch by changing the picture window of the flankers to the 3 double hungs. And those are centered on the living room. And then just, it worked out that the 2 windows on the left are both in the workspace or the office. And I show that I'm not going to win any photography prize for the picture below it, but it's enough to show that the columns are now echoed as pilasters. And I was very pleased with it that the board wanted to explore using the pilasters and retaining the character of the porch. And I think this does it much more so than it did before. And so the next picture. That shows on the lower right is a smaller picture of the one you just looked at. And the only change in the floor plan is that little 6x6 addition of the vestibule. And it purposely held it back so that those 3 columns remained as columns, not pilasters. And by pulling the south side of the little 6x6 entry bay, they're pulled back, and we can actually retain the railing there. Probably do it in a way that it can be removed and painted and all that kind of thing. And I think viewers like the window boxes, and I hope you do too. I think the whole character is much more retains the feeling of it's an enclosed porch rather than a little addition that was sort of bumped onto the house. And that's basically it.
I think it really really works, and the new window layout is working in your favor too, with the spacing on that.
It's an improvement over the picture window.
Oh, much so. I agree.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I like the enclosure on the side. It really brings it all together to the front. It's
I also actually really like the bit of railing under the window next to the entry.
Well, I wanted to keep the feeling of the porch, and I used the analogy. A lot of old houses used to have sort of winter enclosures that would, instead of if you came right into a hallway and the north wind blasted into the house, a lot of people used to have this sort of, someone named George would come and set up and sort of, besides the storm windows that used to go in, a sort of enclosure as a little vestibule, and be mostly glass. And really that's what I was trying to get, that feeling here, so that it was within the existing porch. And by keeping the railing at that point, it seemed to me that I hope you'd like it too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, these are my neighbors right across the way. So I was talking to Dorothy about it, and it works really well inside too. Just walking around the space, I think this is really improved on the inside, and I think it looks much better. The 3 windows was actually, I proposed that to Dorothy because it mimics the ones up in the left-hand corner of that photo there. Because I wasn't sure if they wanted the picture window or not, but I think yeah, it looks much better than the original.
I think, Peter, you're the one who suggested the pilasters, aren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was good.
Looks great. Any other comments or questions, or we can make a motion to approve this new revision?
I don't have any more comments. I think it looks good.
Yep, no comments.
Motion to approve?
Seconded.
Okay. Thank you, John.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think all your suggestions, I think it's been a constructive process. And I'm pleased.
It's good to
We
know.
just have to get it built. It only takes about a year and a half to get the windows now these days.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. That's true.
thank you.
Bye.
All right. Bye. That's it. Donna, is there any update on our hybrid meeting potential to meet in real life?
Not in my tenure, I don't think. I know the
Rub it
guy
in.
was here and, he met with the electrician and he met with the carpenter and he was ordering all of the products. And so now we're just kind of waiting for him to show up with whatever it is that he's ordering. So, I mean, at this point in time, I can't say if maybe October.
Okay. And when is your final day?
Well, probably not until after October 1st. It all depends when I can get someone to start. The job's
Oh,
been
good.
posted. I have a couple of resumes. Well, hopefully we'll do the interviewing next week sometime and then make an offer the middle of the week. And then hopefully someone will start right after Labor Day. And then I'll do, 3 weeks of training. And then they'll be on their own.
Okay.
And they'll lose your
Very
number.
good.
Yeah, I'm gonna change it. 'Cause I'm not gonna trust them to lose it.
I think she's going for like a whole new facial change, new hairdo. Yeah.
Yep.
Like a
Yep,
witness,
that'll be it.
a witness hidden program, whatever that's called.
Yep,
Her
yep.
witness protection program.
Yeah,
Or just a Groucho Marx, mustache and glasses or
Yeah.
something.
yeah, so, that's, plus we're waiting to see what's gonna happen with the plan of conservation and development. I think we're looking probably now at a November public hearing for that, so I don't know if I'll hang around for that, maybe on a part-time basis. Until that's done. That was one of the things that I had said I would stay for, would be for the finalization of the POCD. But we did have our informational meeting. The comments have been integrated. I'm trying to set up a meeting next week for the subcommittee to meet to go over the changes. And then hoping to present it to the Board of Selectmen and then go to public hearing in November and then file in January.
Okay.
There's just,
Okay.
State statute throws 65 days here and 65 days there, and, they don't make it easy for sure. That's it.
No. All right. I guess that's it for us.
But then we will see you next month.
We'll be here before you know it.
Very good.
All right, well,
All right. I think we can call for an adjournment at 6:02. Thank Peter for doing the minutes once again. And remember,
Sure.
Peter, if you don't want to do the minutes, don't be the last one here.
Gotta set my alarm.
Peter, I'll
Yeah.
send you
I
the-
think I
We'll
was the
figure
last one here. But I won't say anything.
Oh, yeah, but you are right. You're right. So,
Peter. I'll
Okay,
send
everybody.
that so that
Okay.
we can- So I'll send it out in a couple of minutes.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thanks,
everybody.
Ben.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you. Bye.
Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.